Hello, 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 hello. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Khosi Football Club, and it's the Soweto Derby, people. It's the Soweto Derby. Well, the not so important Soweto Derby. Kaizer Chiefs versus Swallows FC. Funny story, when I grew up, my father was a supporter, I think he still is a supporter of Swallows FC, and I was forbidden from supporting Chiefs, especially Chiefs, because of the derby between Chiefs and Swallows. So I was forbidden from supporting Chiefs, but here I am sitting and being rebellious. I am still a Khosi for life, whether the father says I cannot support Chiefs or not. So I am here and we are going to react to the starting 11 of this DStv Premiership match between Kaizer Chiefs and Swallows FC. And we're also going to watch the game together and see what happens in the game. Hopefully we win and we do not lose. Hopefully we give a good performance because we won in the previous game and we're not impressed, some of us, most of us. So I hope today is that day that we just gain confidence, destroy Swallows, and take that momentum to derby. I know for derbies, well, the main derby, the Chiefs versus Pirates derby, that we take that momentum to that game, because as much as the form doesn't matter, but I think it would just help us a lot derby with confidence, because as much as the form doesn't matter when we're playing against the Pirates, it still does matter ukuthi the confidence yabadlali to be boosted and to be in good spirits. So as you are joining in, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, in this channel we speak everything Kaizer Chiefs, we preview, we review matches, and right now we're watching a game together. So yeah, do make sure to comment also, letting me know what you think about the starting 11. The starting 11 is scrolling over here, so you will be watching on the words that are below here. You can see there is a starting 11. So I will also just go through the players one by one, because I would be lying if I said there were no surprises, because there are some surprises that got me like, oh, wait a minute, that one is playing. I didn't see that coming. So Zwane today, once again, is going to have to, one thing that we ask during the game is that if there are changes that need to be made, please make them Mangete, because this thing mkata nabantu, like this thing yoguti, he doesn't make changes during games and then people get mad. Anyways, starting 11, let's go to the starting 11 as I also wait for ama comments. Okay, so starting 11 in goal. For those of you who don't know why Peterson is not here, Peterson is not here because he got a fourth booking in the game that we played against Chippa United. Now, to me, initially I thought now Peterson was better. Why would he just get a yellow card? Because this thing of him wasting time cost him, and now he's missing the game as Swallows. But someone in my comments, I forgot who, actually said Peterson could have just gotten himself booked on purpose because he wanted to make sure he plays in the derby. You remember what we said about Steb the other time? We wanted him to get himself booked so that he would play in another game. So it seems like Peterson, there is a possibility Yoguti got himself booked so that he can be available for the game that will play against the Pirates. So that's one of the theories. The other one is that he was just wasting time because he likes wasting time, and then he got booked. Anyways, we go to our right back. To a right back. As you know, Ufrosla is preferred these days and was man of the match in the previous games. He did play a couple of balls into the box, and that was good enough to make him man of the match. That is still good enough to keep him in the starting 11. I won't complain much. What I will ask from him, once again, is that please, man, I beg, please, Frosla, don't play in moments. Don't play for 5 minutes and really perform well and then disappear for the next 20 minutes and then appear. I just want to see him consistently being there in the game, yabo, because you don't get paid for moments. There are players who play like that in moments. Like a key player like that is if you take Messi, if you take Ronaldo, if you take Messi, you take Ronaldo. Those two, Messi does affect the game more than Ronaldo. By the way, when I use those players, I'm not saying our players should be like them, because some people seem to think I'm just using the ultimate standard, which is like close to perfection. Ukuthi nabo, sometimes they disappear in games, but that's because bona they are forwards, and indlela that they play in, the way that they play, they are like trusted and they're the final boss who score goals. On the other hand, with the Frosla, we need them to be involved in everything that happens. Like we build up, we need them to be available to collect the ball from the back four. I'm saying back three, which is usually the defensive the goalkeeper, the defensive midfielder, and the other center back, and the keeper. So it's four people who build up from the back. Then Frosla avails himself, collects the ball, and then supports Usaile as well if Usaile has the ball, which is something that I complained about. Tuguti, the space, Usaile here, Frosla here, the space is too big, and then Usaile ends up just running on his own, and then it doesn't have support, and then he ends up losing the ball. And then people say, oh, Usaile ulahli ball, which is true. Nah, yeah, he needs to address that. But I feel like he also needs to be assisted by Frosla by trying to make sure he makes those overlapping runs and give him an option. If he's going wide, then occupies the half space. If he's in the half space, yenabegu wide space. Yabo, so that we can try and play more combination play rather than this thing Yogutu are always trying to kick the ball. I'll continue with the left back. I will done. I will read my comments in. Bruce is saying good afternoon, Khosi amahle. Awe, Bruce. Mandla is saying Khosi Nation. Awe. And then I feel like I need a pillow on my back, because usually when I end these live streams, my back ends up hurting. Can I take a pillow? Right, I'm back. So, as I was saying, Uguti, the pillow is showing in a bad way. Right, as I was saying, Uguti, in these games, we need players to be consistent and to show up and to play the entire game. Before we look my comments. So Umandla is saying Marciano will play in the derby. It seems to be the case. It definitely seems to be the case. Again, it's gonna be that thing where people are gonna say, "Nangokuzwana ne favoritism yakhe," because it's clear Uguti he's definitely going to what's this thing? If he's being trusted in 2 games in a row, it's clear, Vel. It's clear. Like it's clear. It's clear to me, Uguti. Vel, that's the player that Uzwane he's preparing for Derby, which Mina at this point, rather than guys, I can't have Umashan. I like him, but I don't want to see him start good Derby. I really don't. So we'll talk about him in a second, but no. And then Tlanzego is asking which channel are they showing this game. It's SS2. Yeah, that's what they said. It's SS2 disc. That's the same channel that they always show these games on, because that's why they moved it to Monday in the first place, because they couldn't move it to another day, so they moved it to today. So yeah, it's today. I mean, it's SS4, SS2. It's a Beishinchil, yeah. So Passport 2. Let me just confirm. I'll open the channel on my side and see are they previewing the game already. Right now they are showing that Pirates game. Wait a minute. I hope they are not showing this Pirates game the full match. Hope these are highlights, because if they are trying to show the full match, if they're trying to show the full match, then that's not on at all. That will not be on at all. We will see now. Anyways, I can confirm on the Facebook it's highlights. Okay. Yeah, and I just checked. It's not on 202. Just give me a second. I want to check how they advertised it on Twitter, because if they advertise on Twitter, they show which channel will show the game. Maybe they will start. Yeah, it says PSL 202. So I guess they will start. Wait, focus. Yeah, it's gonna be shown on 202 at 3. So there's a possibility there's no match preview, but they will probably just show the game when it starts, or maybe 30 minutes before the game, because I think they had to change things. So I guess even with the people available for the game have been changed. Yeah. Okay, so let me continue with comments, especially saying, my back. The less I say, the better, because there's someone who is not supposed to be there after that poor performance last week. Especially now we are guessing. Guys, I don't know, my back just hurts. So I don't know who are you referring to who's not supposed to be there because of their poor performance. Let me see who's not supposed to be there. I think you are referring to Martian. I think you are referring to Martian. Yeah, I built up is at 2:30, as Mandla is saying. So yeah, as I was saying, Guti, I think that eChiefs we backline here too. It's pretty much what you'd expect, with an exception Ngcobo, because that's a very interesting thing. Ukuthi Ngcobo is involved once again, because there is ukuthi yes, Ngcobo, Udove is injured. So if Udove is still injured, then that justifies why Ngcobo comes back, and also Ngcobo had a good game against the Chiefs. But it then takes us back to what we talked about yesterday. Ukuthi, does this now mean that Ngcobo is going to play with Derby? Because as Umandla was saying yesterday, Guti, he would rest Udove for today's game and bring him back with Derby, so that Maya well rested. And you know, Guti, even if he comes back with Derby and he's still not fit enough, you have someone who's been getting into the system, Watchalong Ngcobo, can come on for him. Because the people, like, I will use this argument. Umandla yesterday was saying that there's no argument vele ukuthi we know ukuthi Udove is a starter ahead of Ngcobo. But there are people, because vele, if it doesn't work, let's just say Udove comes back with Derby and then Chiefs ends up losing. There are people who are going to use that against Uzwane, because they're gonna say, but Uzwane, he played Watchalong Ngcobo 2 games in a row, we won, and then he brought back Udove, and then we ended up losing. So why is Udove being brought back for his Soweto Derby while Ngcobo played well in there? So it's the things that will be said, but I think very clear, like we've seen the entire season, Uguti, the player who's been playing as the other centre back is the fact that Udove is there. So Udove is going to start Soweto Derby later Saturday. If he's fit, Ngcobo is just holding a place for him. But I know it's not always as simple as that. People will just say, why did Zwane change things if he loses? But if he wins, then they will say, Yabo, Ngcobo is a solid defender. And then the same people will forget Udove is the same player who has played in both the derbies. And in the last one, he helped us actually get that own goal. And 2 games in a row, in fact, where he did those passes into the box. Was it 2 in a row? Or I think 5, like somewhere. They were close enough. Uguti forced. There was a Raleigh game where he forced an own goal, and then there was the derby where he forced an own goal. Yeah, it wasn't 2 games in a row, but still he did force some own goals from 2 one experienced defender, and Undana, I would say experienced. So 2 very experienced defenders, international players. Matlaba played for Bafana Bafana, Unda plays for Nigeria. So they are experienced, but they did consider my own goal because Udove made the passes that were troubling enough into their box, and he's been solid defensively. Yes, he has made mistakes this season, but which defender in Chiefs colours hasn't, right? I know. Manda says, I believe Peterson got booked on purpose. Seems to be the case. Manda saying, I bet everyone is crying about Matt. I mean, I just want Duba to get a chance. It's all I wanted. At this point on Amandla, it's that thing yokuthi it's fine. Just I won't even moan about that anymore, because at the end of the day, he's just gonna trust ukuthi Matt is used to the system, and he tried to tweak things a bit by taking out Umdu, bringing on Uzwane, and playing those three together. But then now what he's noticing is that then that system did not quite work well. So you rather have a less. Here's the thing: playing with Matt has its own disadvantages because he's gonna lose the ball a lot. But the way Kreitiake is going to kind of cover like his blind spots. But then playing Usamgelo is gonna be good if he gets the ball. But then into Usafunda, he still makes a lot of mistakes on the ball. He is not that good defensively. So then you look at the two, you're like, this evil is better than this one. So that's the comparison here that you end up having. Uguti, if you're comparing, okay, at least Umatuzomaga, alahli bola, but mayilahla uzophinda lwini, usamkele uzolilahla angalitholi, because those are the problems that we still have. So yeah, I won't even moan. I will just say, hey, continue with the system that you are most comfortable with, the personnel, because system vele ayishintshe, with the personnel that you are more comfortable with. Uspecihle is saying Sekhota. Oh, and on your second part on Amandla, I think indaba kaDuba vele must forget it this season. Unless we're winning, Utuba is not gonna play, because even namanje MDC he's scoring, but he's not being trusted to start a game with senior team, which is weird because I think he has had better games than Umashian. So I don't know. Abfi is saying Kaizer Chiefs is not on. Oh yeah, and ngaleyo game. Mandlu seshile ukuthi game build up will be at 2:30. Specifically saying Matt is not supposed to be there. What can you say? What can you say? What can you say? Moses is saying it's time for Steb and Zwane to show up. For Steb and Zwane to show up and the captain to Kune. That is my wish. Wait, it's time for Steb and Zwane to show up and the captain to Kune. That is my wish. As if you are referring to captains, because I think the captain today is Kone, because Velu Kone is the captain of the team. Specifically saying, I love him, but Matt is not supposed to be there. He's not himself these days. It would be, but here's the thing. If you don't play with Matt today, and then you bring him on with Dab, let's just say you don't play with Matt today, and then let's just say you play double pivot, Stebe, Nozwane, and then as a 10, you play Umdu, and then play Sekhota, Dupri, Saile. Not Sekhota, I mean Dupri, Duba, Saile, or Sekhota, Dupri, Saile. That team wins, whoops, it swallows 5-0. Mind you, with all the front three players that you have are very pacey players. So that means you were solid up front, you scored goals, you were pacey, you were dribbling, skillful. Midfield, Usteb was doing the work, Batumtu was also doing the work defensively, and then Uzwane also pulls his weight. Then what justification would you make for bringing back Umat Soweto Derby Saturday if Guguti, the system that you tried without Umat worked? So I think kwesinye isikhathi naye the decisions from this game with the players that are unavailable, he's had to say, you know what, I'm going to keep on trusting the players, like Abo Mashian, even though I don't see how. But I'm going to trust them so that when the game comes at the weekend, I can say, oh yeah, we've been getting him ready for this moment. So yeah, I agree with you. Good, I don't think Umat should be starting Shem. Like I don't. I think the same thing that happened to Stebe, which was Stebe woke up after being benched. Well, he got better, I should say that. He got better after being benched. I think Umat would benefit from that like a lot. But Zwan is sticking with him, and it seems like until the end of the season. Specifically saying, I'm surprised Zwane picked Ngobo over Kunika to replace Dove. Normally it would be Kunika over anyone else, if not Dove or Ngezan. But I think that is one of the things that shows the progress on his side, because we know, and we have seen Ukunika, Ukunika has been poor, right? We know. I need a chair with my Khosi. Become a member of this channel so that you can help me buy a chair that's going to support my back. Thank you for those who have become members, by the way. Who's basically saying, yeah. So I'm saying it's progress on his side. Uguti, he's able to look over Uguti. He prefers Ukwenika and he goes for Ngob, because I think to everyone it's clear Uguti Zwane Vele. Every coach has their own players. Like if you look at Jose Mourinho, Nemanja Matic is just Jose Mourinho's player. Wherever that he goes, he will go there. Like when he coached the Chelsea, he was there with him. He moved to United, he bought Matic from Chelsea to United. Now he's coaching in Roma, now he's fetched Matic to Roma. So there are coaches that just have their own players, and people will refer to them as favorites. So it happens. Like our coaching like that's just the fact. Like Liverpool, James Milner and Klopp. All coach, they have their own players that they prefer. But the fact that he's overlooking the fact that he prefers Ukwinika so that he can play someone that he hasn't given much opportunity, even when he has played well, in the shape and form of Unjabulo Ngobo, then that's progress on his side. So I will say kudos to him for that. Outlanzego is saying, Gule Derby, we should show that the Pirates players were not rested enough since they are playing again Wednesday. We definitely should. We definitely should. Like, because who are they playing against foot on Wednesday? Let me see. What are they playing against on Wednesday? They are playing. Pirates is playing Royal AM on Wednesday. Orlando, it should have been in Durban so that they would have to travel back. They're playing Royal AM. So, yeah, we should. We should. Because the Royal AM now, they're fighting. Like, they are fighting for something in this league. So, hopefully they give the Pirates a proper run. Royal AM are number 8 right now, and they want to stay in the top 8, because right behind them, with the same goal difference, there is a Golden Arrows behind them. There is Amazulu with a point less than them. There is a Richards Bay. There is a TS Galaxy. So even the Swallows can, yes, this is weird. How a team is 6 points above relegation and 3 points below a top 8. So Swallows now, they can say, hey, let's dream and win. And try and go to a top 8. But Royal AM now, they still have something to fight for. Although same thing applied with the Cape Town City. Uguti, they wanted to win something. They wanted to even overtake the Chiefs at that, but that's not gonna happen. So okay, they should give them a good game. I hope they do. Not a good game, a really difficult game. A really difficult game, I hope. Manda saying Ngobo has been playing low pressure games. Pirates is another beast kind of game. There, even if you blink wrong, the fans will hate you the whole game, and that's where Ngobo suffers. Hey, that is true. That is true. I remember when I saw that interview. I forgot who that guy was. Who was talking about how if you make a mistake with Derby, your career is over as a Chiefs fan, as a Chiefs player or a Pirates player. I forgot who that was. And he made a reference to Lanhlatshwayo, because uHlatshwayo all the time with Derby nje wayizoba nenkinga nje ezokwenzeka. And look at him now with SuperSport. He's back. He's playing well again. But after the mistakes awenza with Derby, all of a sudden abantu besebethi Harry Maguire, Yabo, so there is that thing ukuthi you make a mistake kuyidabo senkingeni, and uNgcobo, that's what I said. Someone even said I hate uNgcobo. They thought I hate uNgcobo, but I will be honest with you. uNgcobo, I love him. It's the same thing with uHlanti. Labo badlali bobawu-2 ba-comfortable on the ball, but at times they just relax for that extra second. And sometimes, well, most of the times that I've seen, that extra second of being too relaxed leads to mistakes happening. And then all of a sudden, you're losing position. And then if you do that against the Pirates, usaling pressure or pressure or Uchukamanja or whoever they'll be playing up front, the next thing you know, Usaling is behind, it's a goal. Unforgiving. Pirates, I saw them even the game that they played against Cape Town City. Those guys don't play these days. They are really, really intense and they want to win. So we cannot afford ilokunja we cannot afford to let Pirates press us in any case or capitalize on mistakes. It's just a game that we've played twice this season and we've been perfect. Please like the video. I can see 56 people are watching. Please like the video. 60 now. Uguti, like the entire season, the Chiefs has been making mistakes. Game in, game out, game in, game out. But when it came to Pirates, we've not made any mistakes. We've not. Like, those are the 2 games where we played and we didn't make mistakes that, okay, maybe Pietermaritzburg United, where we're really solid the entire game. So, as you are saying, Uti, it might just hit uNgcobo with that ukuthi the pressure just intensifies 5 times more kuyidab. And then Moses is saying, as for the derby, Dupree and Saele can destroy it if they can take right decisions. They need supply in the middle and 2 behind them. Avoid derby. The one thing I agree with you that will help Chiefs ngayo Moses, as you're saying, is those 2 guys up front. Make the right decisions, because I guarantee you this: Pirates will be playing a high line. If they don't do that, then it's sinking in. I don't know then how the game is gonna be like, because there is just this thing with the fans, Uguti. It will be loud, F&B on Saturday. I know I'm a ticket, they're 100 rands, but I know people will buy them. I saw people making long lines to go and buy a Prime. I know they will do the same. They will pay the man and go to the stadium on Saturday, and there will be noise. And in the slow, it can happen because, well, if you think about it, if coach a Pirate, Jose thinks, you know what, I've played this highline system and it has cost me twice this season, so why would I do it again? What I should do perhaps is, instead of playing this highline system, I should just wait for Chiefs to come to me as well, because now they try to do that and do what Isekukune did to them. It would be difficult for them to just change the system for one game. But if you think about it, that's what they did against the Sundowns, and they destroyed the Sundowns on account. So you can tell, it's clear Uguti, things can just change, because we've won the past 6 games against the Pirates straight. So I don't think they want to lose another game to Chiefs again. So we'll see. Kevin is saying, does Chiefs have scouts? If yes, then those are the real salary thieves at the village. And is there any relationship between scouts and the coach? Do they understand the kind of players he needs? Yabona nje kubhaliwe Chiefs. Actually, I made a video on the channel. It's there. I don't even, maybe I'll leave the link, where I was talking about that scout, say Chiefs who left Chiefs for Isafa, blah 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 blah. So at that point, Chiefs, actually their main scout, who had been doing a good job, left the Chiefs. and then that means the Chiefs right now is between scouts. It's like the same thing that is happening with what's this thing? The goalkeeper coaching department. Ukuthi the main person, it's still like position, the way it's written, it's like they're holding, like they're not permanent. It's temporary. About acting or something like that. So that's the problem right now with the Chiefs. Ukuthi indaba scouting seems like it's in the mud. Yeah. And then Umandla is saying, personally, I wish Chiefs would have hit another gear at this point in a season despite being a weak team. Mara, I can't even tell if Zwaneball is good because the end product isn't there yet. And the Abona, one of the things that I like about that worries me about Zwane's season so far is that what has happened is that defensively were shambles. Forward, or should I say in the middle, we're not creating enough chances. But our forwards are getting in the right spaces without having to kick the ball. So in a way, there is just that glimpse yoguti ama forwards they do get in the right places and they miss a lot of chances. That doesn't seem like something that I can be happy about. But the fact that we have chances that we miss means there are chances. So that's the only thing that I can say, okay, that is better, because Glamayama Bola or Hanti and Abu Baxter, there was that thing Yoguti, where's the chance? Which, by the way, happened against the Kukune. Went back to that mode, Yoguti. How are we creating chances? We're not creating anything the entire game. And then they'd resume that whole thing, Yoguti, out. And what are we doing, Abu? Then my worry was once again, guys, what is happening here? What is happening here? Why are we not creating chances? But for the most part of the season, we've been creating chances and missing them. Creating chances, missing them. Yabo. So, at least there is that hope. Yoguti, we do create chances. It's just that it's not a well-oiled machine, but right now there is a start. Yoguti, our chances are there, they're just being missed. And also, we've now added another layer to the Tuguti. Chances are being created, but players are just being selfish and not passing each other. Chances are being created, but instead of placing the ball, we kick it and that thing. So, yabo, okay, fine. Right now, it seems like what we need to do is to just talk to the players. Good, listen, you're getting a ball 18, stop playing with me, place the ball. Striker coach, that's where the striker coach comes in. Or to say, you're going to look selfish, but once again, that's the striker coach who's going to tell the players, good, look, you could benefit from having some composure. So both those things point at Tenny, we need a striker coach. And then once we have that solved, then we can now solve the defensive part, because I prefer actually to start with the defense and know good, you are solid, you are not conceding goals. I would rather play 10 games where we are drawing 0-0 or we are winning 1-0 in 10 games. That's what Barcelona is doing this season. They are winning a lot of games 1-0 and they are making sure good at the back, they are keeping it shut. Nothing goes in. Mind you, they have quality players up front, but at the back, they're making sure they're not conceding anything. Right? So that's where it's at. So that's what I would also like to see with Chiefs. If we can shut the door at the back, then all of a sudden Chiefs will look different, because we're creating chances up front and missing them, or creating and being selfish. And now then we say, okay, but still, we are now defensively sound, and in front, we are getting in the right areas and we are creating good chances. But now, okay, let's make sure our midfield is perfect, and then we work on that. So it's up to the coach. They can choose ideally in the game, start by not conceding. That's the most important thing. Create chances, midfield. Score those chances, strikers. Chiefs right now, they are getting chances, they are missing them. Midfield gets in the mud. Defenders make mistakes. So it's all over the place. Moses Simba Awe. Moses is saying, I wonder what Zwane tells players when preparing for the game because they repeat the same thing. If not passing each other, even this game is okwenzeka, mark my words. I don't receive that. I reject it. I reject it. I really don't want. I don't want to see a single moment where we'll say passing on. I do not want to see that today, Shem. I really don't. Because if they do it today, then they will want to do it on Saturday, because Saturday then it's a bigger game, and if you score a win against Pirates, you are celebrated forever. So I do not want to see that happening. I really don't. I hope it really doesn't happen because I'm way oh, okay. So next comment. Wait. I'm trying to sort something out here that I just realized. Yes, Sibongo Buko did say he was going to become a member. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member, Sibongo Buko. As I was just talking about memberships, thank you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. You can become a member, guys, by clicking the link on the description below and joining the membership. And then you will also get special shout outs to my videos, and then you'll also get priority reply to your comments and loyalty pages next to your name. So thank you so much, Sibongo Buko, for joining. I remember Umpo the other day, they were saying you are like Umfundis who doesn't pay their tithe. Anyways, Moses is saying, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. Umanda is saying, now I don't understand what Zwane says because selfishness is too real here. It's persistent. Everyone just wants to shine. I hate that. Stop recording. I don't know why it's recording. And then Moses is saying, good football going forward with pace, but for finishing all the time because of selfishness. I'm confused. Why can't they realize it? Because yabona inkinga ila, it's here. Uguti, it could be two things. These are my theories. Well, maybe not two theories. The first one is the one Yoguti they want to shine, like be a hero for the team. Because also, I remember when I said I don't like this thing of selfishness at Chiefs, I wanted to stop. And someone responded by saying, oh, but if Dupree was not selfish in the goal that he scored against Cheaper, then he would have passed and then that goal wasn't going to go in. And I'm like, no, but there was just one moment where selfishness worked. And I don't think there was selfishness. I didn't see where else he could have passed the ball. So that moment, it was a good decision for him to score and take a shot and score. But in the other times, you see what it's clear selfishness, and it's not going to benefit the team if you try to go by yourself, unless somehow it goes in and then we're like, oh, look, it made sense for him to go by himself. But I think it should always just be a rule of thumb, whatever. Uguti, if there is a better pass, it's not even like a rule. It's supposed to be just common sense. Uguti, if you have a teammate who's in a better position than you, then pass that man. Like it's not even that complicated. Because if you miss, then the team has lost a scoring opportunity. If you pass him and then he scores, it's an assist. So that's my first theory, Ruguti. They want to be heroes. But the second one is that what if they just don't... Okay, the second one is the composure one. You would see our players just panic in the final third. Like you would see Umati can run 50 meters, tackle a player, win the ball back, push the ball twice, And then when he has to pass, he just doesn't know what to do. So it's the composure we final third. It's even the composure inside our own half. In fact, not even our the other side, because sometimes Muntu has the ball, and when they have to pass it, then they don't pass the ball. Umati fails to pass a 10-meter pass. You're like, not even 10 meters, 5 meters. Sometimes like, how Yusuf, you are a good player. So what is happening? What is wrong? So I think that's the second thing, which is composure, and I don't know what else. And the third one is that they just don't trust each other at this point. We've seen it with the defense here too, which I said and I saw coming the other time where Dove started throwing his hands in the air, Peterson, and getting frustrated. And funny enough, not funny enough, sad enough is that once players start doing that in a team, they themselves start making mistakes, like because they are pointing fingers all the time. And I see this with Van Dijk at Liverpool, because I'm also a Liverpool fan, which they just made me go through a lot yesterday, leading 3-0 with inside the 15 minutes and then ending up. It was the first time that I saw a team score 3 goals and then almost lose. I mean, almost draw or lose because they conceded 3 goals in the same match. I'm like, what? Anyways, this is the thing. Van Dijk has been throwing hands a lot in the air. He's angry with other teammates, not pressing or not doing what. But now what I see is that he's making more mistakes than everyone else, actually. Like when he's supposed to tackle, he doesn't tackle. He just tracks back all the time. I'm like, why are you doing this? Stop it. Just mark. And yesterday, he commits to a tackle that he was never supposed to commit to. And because of that, he slips, and then Liverpool ends up conceding a goal. You understand? So, these players who start not trusting their teammates, it's weirdly close to me. The players who don't trust their teammates, they end up themselves making mistakes trying to say, and I know that because noma sidlala ibhola namajita emakhaya, you know ukuthi there are people abagcine bendlisa nje teamini because ngeke lo uyazidlisa ungamniki ibhola, and then while they are not giving you the ball, they themselves end up losing the ball. And then now you're asking yourself, what's the point then of you keeping the ball because you uthi ngizodlisa, so kungcono ukudlise wena, yabo. Translation in English. So it's better if you're the one who's costing the team rather than me. It's weird. It's really, really weird to that happens. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you are new. Now, next comment is from Umandla saying, I saw on Twitter that Billiard has made 60 million in 5 years and Dolly will make 84 million in 5 years. I know. High salaries are a problem. Bruh, imagine that amount of money just from Chiefs. Wow. Like, it's close to making 100 million for Dolly in 5 years. Billiard has made how much? Say how much? Let me see. 60 million. Wait, hola malina to Billiard. At 800,000 times that by 10, that's 8 million in 1 year. Times that by, well, that's not 8 million, it's 69 million, 9 point something million times. Oh yeah, it is. Because Nama bonus definitely has made that 60 million. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Ziyakhala. Hey, Ziyakhala. Imagine what, because now the end product has not been provided that much. It's a sad reality, but hey, what can we say? What can we say? Let me continue nama comments ngeke indaba ze accounting ye Chiefs. Utebo was saying, who says who bought a guy? I'll still maintain my stance. Ugut Akai was probably that buy one get one free kind of a player. I don't think someone really went out and bought a guy. Like, honestly. Moses is saying this thing of selfishness, it's like soldiers in a war refuse to give the gun to your partner while he's in a good position to kill the enemy. Because it's like, yeah, I want to do it myself. at the end of the day, if you throw that gun to someone else who's in a better position, they will. Yeah, that's a very good analogy. I don't need to continue and try to explain it even better. Sibongo Boko is saying honestly, we can beat Pirates off on set pieces as they do mixed man marking. So Abum do and other set piece takers, delivery must be on point, and we must be wary of corners and set pieces against Pirates. Yeah, yeah. I saw their goals yesterday were penalty where there was the first one, and then it was a header, and then I think now last week they also scored Ngama corner, man. So they are dangerous very aerially, and we're gonna need to sort that communication thing out because I remember the goal that we conceded against who's this Royal AM was a really poor goal to concede from a corner. Like it was a really poor goal, and I hope that doesn't happen, Shem, against the Pirates because shush, we are the ones who are supposed to train more, as you are saying, set pieces there too, because if you think about it, the chances that Chiefs will have on the ball are counter attacks and set pieces. So we need to pinpoint. Because sometimes I've seen the sad thing, like our players failing to even clear the first post, near post. Like what? There is no runner who's going to flick the ball over, but now you are. I saw he had given him Simangizol against the who were they playing against Konjinab? I forgot who they playing against. Yeah, they were playing against the Pirates. Yeah, like he just went near post, flicked it. Oh, I liked it. I liked it so much. So we need to do that. Kevin was showing us what he will be doing to Pirates next season. Victor is saying Chiefs is gonna beat Pirates on Saturday. Please, one, give Matoho a chance to play. Everyone got a chance, but what about Matoho? Shapa Khosi Sharp. Victor, you want Matoho to play against Saleng? You want Matoho to play against Saleng? That's the question I'm asking you. Ulele is saying even Matt, that goal against Pirates secured him a spot in the starting 11 for the rest of the season. Yeah, and it made people not notice all the other. Because even going to that game, I was saying, man, I was complaining a lot. I was complaining a lot about Umat, and then he scored that goal. Like, yeah, he scored a goal, but still, he's not been like in his. I don't remember. I don't remember Ngempela when I saw Matt playing in a way that I said, wow. I would say the most impressive things that Matt has done for me this season. One was scoring that penalty against was it Maritzburg United? Royal AM to get us a place in the semi-finals, to get that red card against Richards Bay. Those were the two great moments. Oh, and that goal that he scored against Pirates. Maybe there's a handful of reasons why I've appreciated Matt. But in terms of like in game, I really hasn't shown his true potential because I'm not one of those people who just because a player is underperforming sengizombiza ngenkomo. He's akasinkomo. Matt is a good player. He's a really good player. It's just that something is not happening. That is why I keep on saying he'd probably benefit from the bench. Brass Fox is saying Mashiane has been disappointing from the day he was promoted to the senior team, but is still being played ahead of others. I don't know whether you can say since, because I think that season after his promotion, he played well, even in the CAF, Champions League. Why dlala guys Mashiane? That season he was even scoring free kicks, playing well. It was just after that red card that everything went north. Yes, you say went north because we're not in the south, we're not in the north, so it went opposite. So everything has just gone north for Umashiane since that red card. But this is really his last chance to try and prove himself, because if he doesn't perform against the Swallows, then just bring on Usekhot against the Pirates and anyone else but him. Because Yeah, this is his chance, Ampel. I swear. Bra Fox is saying Mashane has been oh, sengifundile le. Barabam. Utanta uwandile saying Marazwan. Ayikhalela Nkosi yami. Usibongo Boko is saying, yes, look at that membership badge next to your name, Sibongo Boko. It looks better now. Green. We must play our cutbacks against Swallows. Their defenders are not make sure. Those third man runs are going to be vital. And we have not utilized ama cutbacks because they work against anyone. Because if you have speedy players, it's gonna be easy to play ama cutbacks. Because all the time the defenders are defending facing their own goal. And then while they're still moving that way, you play cutback and now they have to turn back and they're finished. So we really need to utilize something that is really basic for how we want to play. Bra for sengifundile comment. Joshua is saying Matlo is a good midfielder, maestro. He can dish out those champagne pass. Marau coach doesn't play him because he doesn't believe in the holding midfield. He's like the previous coaches we had. But where Joshua, Matlo, we are complaining right now about Samgelo Zwanuguti. He's not a Usamgelo is not a holding midfielder. Well, he is, but if he's a double pivoted midfield, he plays in a double pivoted midfield role if there's someone more defensive than him, because he's a deep lying playmaker, but the problem is he can't defend. And usually deep lying playmakers can defend. Samgelo doesn't have that. Matlo is probably even worse when it comes to that. Because if you're going to position a player as your second line of defense, well, the first line being the keeper, the first line being the defenders, the third line being the holding two, you expect these players to be extremely mobile and being able to defend. Umatlo does not provide that. Same way with Usamgel. That is why I say, Umatlo, if I play him, I would play him as a 10. Because at least unlike Usamgel, who needs to be deeper to collect the ball and start building from the back, Umatlo defensively and in terms of pace is even slower than Uzwane from what I've seen. So I get why he does not get included. And in fact, he was played earlier on in the season. And I was perplexed as to why he was being played. But I sort of saw Guti, he controls the pace game better than the players that we have because he's more comfortable on the ball. The problem is that when we're not on the ball, then it disappears. And then that hurts the team. Because if you're just going to have a player who's going to be only available when we have the ball, then you have a problem. So, yeah. Specifically saying Frosler is our set piece taker now that Dolly is injured and he has a good right foot. So, hopefully we can start to see how that can be used today. Kevin is saying, is it really going to take Chiefs a full 3 years to get a defensive midfielder? I wonder which football do they watch, because it's clear to all in that position we lose the game. True. And funny enough is that in that position we don't even lose the game in a way that you might think Uguti, because the defensive midfielder not being there for Chiefs makes us fail to play through the middle because there is no security. Ustebe, I'll give him credit. Uguti, he has tried to be a makeshift defensive midfield, but he's still not a defensive midfield, right? He knows how to try and be a makeshift defensive midfielder, but he's not a proper defensive midfielder. And not in a bad way, but he's just not a defensive midfielder. So, yeah. I hope Uguti, as they've been saying, Uguti, they're addressing some of these positions. Uguti, that would be one of the positions that they'll address, because it needs to be addressed pronto. And then, I ate hot wings. They're so hot. Now I'm having a heartburn. Uswelihle saying, hello Mpilo. I tend to agree. Chiefs is advertising Marciano to Stellenbosch. That's why Zwane is playing him. I could see how that would work. Even with Unjabulo Ngob, because my Funukamba, and all of a sudden he's being played. ahead of Omashiane who's this? Ahead of Okunika, who's been preferred ahead of him. That could just be to show good. Okay, he's the player. He's still good enough. Come get him, but he will cost you this much. So I could see how that is true. Liberty is saying Mashiane was coming along quite, but since that red card, it's not been the same. Yeah, that's what I said. That red card ruined that boy. Especially saying we must target Sasman lap. Huh? Oh, Sasman, yazi bese ngimphambanisa noNtiyanti. These former Kaizer Chiefs players, they just play well against the Chiefs somehow. They just do that. They know how to do it. Ngeke kuyashisa, guys. Like Moses, mind you, it's 8 p.m. but it's so hot. And then Internet Pablo is saying, what is your name? Kahle kahle. Because ubhalwe to Internet Pablo. Ouch. That confuses me. Internet Pablo who's saying Matt played better when Blom started as a DM. After that, I mess. Exactly. That's what I was saying to Given Uguti. The thing with the defensive midfielder, it's affecting not being there. It's affecting us in that then we don't get a player who's going to be solid in allowing the other players in front of him to overlap and do the things that they're supposed to do creatively going forward. So yeah, Blom did help. Moses is saying, whatever happens to the game, please Sekota must not run to that corner engaleqwa and fall. And Jalo people still ask me, Uguti, why Usekota is not playing. I'm like, have you watched Usekota play this season? That's what he does. He just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. So I hope that we've seen the end of that. Guys, please like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video to help this live stream reach more people. The game is starting in 2 minutes. Because there's no because the game is starting in 2 minutes. DStv is still not showing the game, are they? Because I'm watching the thing now, but I'm not seeing. Is it still buffering? Hope it's not buffering, because if it's buffering, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, the players are gonna wake up soon. Usthembiso is saying Mashiane is a good player, but not as a winger. He's a left back, and I believe that he needs to fight for his place there. Mashiane defensively nje ulele. Mashiane is a wing back, which is also like a more advanced left back. But then again, Mashiane nje defensively, guys, yikho sebemconvertile to a winger because we-MDC we've seen ukuthi they focus more on their attack. And in 3-5-2, Mashiane played as a wing back, as a left wing back. And because of that, he was better going forward than defensively. So they ended up just playing him there. Good Chiefs is playing him as a winger because the going back part is not so great. So, yeah. I know. I don't know what to say about Mashiane Ngempela at this point, because there's a lot to say about him. And then next comment is saying Kone 2 clean sheets in 9 games, while I played 3 clean sheets in 5 games. 60% for one, and what's the percentage for the other one? It's 20, 18-ish percent. And then Usbongobuko is saying if we can get a defensive midfielder like Rodri who's comfortable on the ball and can switch play fast and defend also, it would tremendously make our style of play better and system. If Zwane was just able to defend, we would have our own route, guys. Like if Zwane was good defensively, then we wouldn't have any problems going back. But right? And then Usbongobuko is saying at least Kone is captain namhlanje. They will communicate at the back. I wouldn't put my eggs on that basket particularly because I've seen it happen, guys. I've seen Ukune being there and the communication not happening. So I can only hope, obviously. Let me not kill anyone's vibe. I can only hope that that happens. Just haven't seen it before. Even with his presence, the game. What am I even doing? I don't know whether the screen is frozen. Yeah, the players are out on the field. I'm 2 minutes behind. I'm aware of that now. So if your game is started, yeah, ungamemezi Chiefs mayisikora. Don't scream and shout and let it all out. I wonder ukuthi how they gonna do this. With DStv once again they're showing it as if Usael is playing as a number 9, which I don't think is the case because as we know, uh Usael is not played as a number 9. He gets played as a winger. So yeah. Oh yeah. Let me share the link because people will start asking, where are you watching the game below? I just ngisasho nje. I'm watching it on this link, Willie, but I'm watching it on this link. But I think I'm gonna watch it on Facebook too, because Facebook is faster. Because yeah, there's this guy that who has a channel. Let me search it as well, so that I'm not behind. Let's see if it's showing the game. Yeah, it's showing the game. And yeah, the game is started 2 minutes in. On my other streams, it's still loading. So just gonna watch it on Facebook. So already a throw into Chiefs in an advanced position. Stebe? Oh, okay. Not a bad start. Inside 3 minutes, we're already in the half. Hi guys, today for the first time I'm not behind in a game because I'm in 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes past 8 and the game is on the third minute. So I can say I'm pretty sure that today I am not behind. It's a foul by Matt. Where Henry, you can say please share the Facebook link. Be nice. Kwasho. Cha sekukhuluma uthisha ko kimi manje ngizolishare link. Noma ungangicelanga kamnandi but ke yaleka manje. Nizohamba nani yojoyina leya link le. Whatever. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that I put the I put the camera, I put the computer in front of the screen, the monitor in front of the screen, and my face wasn't showing. Notice but why is it dark? I sent cookie straight. Playing across doesn't work. So it's a goal kick for Chiefs. and both teams have moved forward. These spaces still worry me. Now Mashane loses the ball for the first time. I know Mandla is fuming wherever he is. It doesn't help himself, Mashane. The ball with Shanti plays it over. There's just that minor space. Dupree challenging. He's coming from the left to Dupree. He's actually not through the middle, or was it? Maybe was just shifted to that side because of the set piece. Yeah, now he's going back to the centrally because Martian is out wide. Stebe plays it wide to Frosler. Frosler back to Stebe. Stebe fails to trap. On another day, gets screwed. Stebe plays it to Mdu. Mdu is is moving. Yes, wins the ball back, but Matt fails to press. The ball is over the top. Oh, what a blunder by Njabulo Ngobo! 1-0. Yes, yes. Swallows are ahead. It's a series of mistakes. It's a series of mistakes. And I was saying, Guti Ustebe might, if you make that mistake on another day, you get punished. But there was a series of mistakes. First of all, Umat, the way he presses is wrong. The ball is played over. Unjabulo Ngobo tries to be fancy. He loses the ball one-on-one with the keeper. The keeper tries to save, but he couldn't. Yeah, once is 1v1 with the keeper, it's a difficult task. It's a good save actually initially by Okune, but after that, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is why Unjabulo Ngobo does not play under Arthur's one. That's exactly what I'm saying, Mandlu Guti. These mistakes that he makes, they cost him because they're always high profile. And the people who are always fighting for him are gonna say, but Kuneka has been playing a lot and he makes a mistakes. So you're basically saying, since one player is played when they make mistakes, the other one who has more mistakes should also be played. Because Udove is solid. So that right there, if Uzwane does not bring back Ungcobo, it justifies him, but then people will say no. So I understand, Shemguti, football is a game of mistakes. It's just that it makes it harder for me to argue for your case. If you're gonna make mistakes now, you are played like once in every 7 games, and kuloyo 5 games odlalayo in a season, you're gonna make mistakes twice. So basically, when you make mistakes in 40% of the games that you play, it makes it a bit difficult for me to say Mangete looks disappointed. That's not how you want to start a game at all. Like, you don't want to start a game like that. Because now the game plan is basically out of the window. Like, what do you do now? Like, honestly. Marciano is already mad, screaming at his players to come forward. There is a person who's delivering food. He can see Uguti, I am on doing something, but he's, excuse me for a second. Clearly I can see. As guys, that's why I do not like drinking, because people will drink and then it's fine. It's a long story. Anyways, it's disappointing. Mana Ngobo is panicking and kicking. I have to call the people in this group and tell them, good, there's a delivery. Because now I live by the gate, and well, my room is by the gate. Okay, now the ball is switched to the other side. Matt in the middle. Sahil. Mashane. There's no space that Tutupri is going to, but he forces his way in and it ends up being a goal kick. Why can't we just try and play football that's not complicated if we can? Yeah, the delivery guy has left because no one went out to collect the ball, to collect the delivery. So that has nothing to do with the stream. Got distracted. Let me close this drape. Okay, back to the game. Du switches the ball to Mashane. Mashane, there's an overlapping run. Gahlanti, he spots it, tries to play the ball across. Good tackle. Oh my days. Well, that sucks because the stream that I've been watching on Facebook, I guess DStv has taken the video down. So now, that sucks. I have to find another streaming site. I can't wait to be back home. So 1-0, we conceded early again, which sucks. Like, it really does suck. That's what I was saying. What you cannot concede. Mandle, remember, because right now, what do you classify that goal as? Because I remember last time you said to me that big teams concede these kind of goals. But if it becomes a pattern, because since the beginning of the season, it's been the thing. Like, we conceded within the first minute. Remember? Against Royal AM. Yeah. So that is why it kind of, I wouldn't say pisses me off, but it's disappointing. It is disappointing. Okay, so now I'm 2 minutes behind on the stream. Which sucks. So now I can't commentate on the game because I know I'm behind. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sposed. Disky Fanatic. These guys keep on they keep on breaking this law without Sposed is saying against Sekukune who considered early. We did. And we're doing it again. Against a team that once again will just want to sit deep. Thank you, Sposed. Will want to sit deep. And is that a handball? Is too close. Cannot say that's a handball. So that won't count. Oh my God. Our team sometimes. Fourteenth minute. It's just 1 minute behind. All right. obviously this is what you expect for Swallows ukuthi when they are launching the ball from the back, they try to launch it. They don't play from the back. Because why would you? Why would you invite a press? This thing of conceding early has just put us in a very peculiar position. I don't even know what peculiar is the right word to use. Matt plays the ball. Let me not commentate because I know some people are behind, are ahead, and some are behind. So doing that, Dupree takes a shot though, but it's over the top. Yeah, they are promoting Corolla Cross Shem. They are promoting a Corolla Cross, but you understand, like it's a Toyota thing, their big thing. Akpay number 55. Is it me or did Akpay gain weight? Or it just looks poorer? I just said that. Because obviously he's now playing for his Swallows and they're not paying him as much as Chiefs. And the jersey he's wearing is not like, it doesn't look anything. It doesn't look, it look nicer jersey in the Chiefs, red or the green one or the pink one. But this one, Shem, it doesn't look like it, Shem. Ugift is saying iChiefs iyanyanyisa yazi umuntu angaze ayobuka aboMcG noSol bebhet like ayobuka aboMcG bebhet ayeke lo msangano. I know. Moses is saying, I'm afraid the game can end like this if Chiefs looking and like this Chiefs looking for an equalizer till the end. And funny enough, you know the worst could happen in this game is that the Chiefs could actually end up conceding another goal. They could just, Ungcobo made a blunder there. Mandla, would you call that a lucky goal? Because the keeper saved it and then it bounced back to the player. I'm specifically calling you out because when I said there were no lucky goals against Sekukune, you disagreed with me. But the big teams concede big goals early on. We've done it in like 3 games. Well, close to each other. So that tells you good how we organize beginning of the game. I don't think it's just a coincidence or luck or bad luck in our case. Unfortunate goal. But I guess you will say in this case there was a clear mistake by one of the players. Oh my God. Good save by Kone. We almost conceded. Good save by Kone. Almost conceded from a con. 2, 4, 3, 4, 6, 4. Wait, guys, this doesn't make sense. There are 8 players, the Chiefs, in our box. 8. You understand me? It's 8 players, the Chiefs, against 4 players, the Swallows. I don't get it. Like 8v4, yet the Swallows player ended up winning the ball. Doesn't make sense. Supposed to saying with conceding this goal, our goal difference gets worse. And more chances for Pirates to clinch second spot. I mean, the second spot was supposed to have kind of. I'm hopeful, but it's not gonna happen. Like it's not. It's not. I mean, I think the day we played against, which team was it? Oh, you remember? Yeah, I think it was Sekhukhune, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was probably Sekhukhune. No, it was the Test Galaxy. The day we drew against the Test Galaxy, that's when I was like, nah, second spot is not for us. The most likely is the third spot. Because we still have a super sport to play. So, Umpo is saying, Alamba, who's he? Akpay Swallows. It's less money, baba. Mawubono oBilliards benzo or 60 million in 5 years at Chiefs. At how much was Akpay making? Yes, just being a lela Umpo. I was supposed to saying this goal is similar to that Kweneka planned against Marumo in that 1-1 draw. I think this one is better, right? Because Ungobo who makes a clear mistake there. And also the pressing gamut wasn't on point, right? I get that. I get that. Particularly Marumo, we didn't even press at all. So that one was worse in that regard to Guti. There was a player who passed the ball and then we didn't press. And then he made a run. And then the ball was played to him and then he went on and scored. So that other one was worse, but it's still similar, to be honest. It's similar. Just that there is one that is worse. Or to Priba force some across. Umpo uzokoru mashiane right now. I can tell because Umpo is saying my boy scored. I can tell. Veleg, if he has scored, that Siemens his play squid dab. Utaskohlweni third spot. Second or third spot. I'm not forgetting the third spot. We should beat the super sport ourselves and then hope ukuthi oh Usail, that's a good goal. I wonder ukuthi was that not an offside? Oh, it's ungezana nomsail. If they are showing ungezana, which means it's Ngezana who scored. That's a good one. Yeah, about this thing of doing a live. Now I can't react properly. I hope it's not a free kick. I hope it's not an own goal. The last thing I want, it is kind of an offside. It is an offside. Oh, but you need VAR for this one. You need VAR. Silas scored. That's a good one. That's a good one, Twana. Umfana na 21. Umfana na 21. Nzobe zobhuti benu bazothi Chiefs robile again. Aibo, it's time for me to change a camera. Okay. Now, but before consider once again. I was supposed to be saying Shabalala free kicks. We need more assists from him. Oh, sure. Oh no. Bafana sukorile. Ay. Kudlalwa ngathi la minyaka yebhola. Wena mphoyekela ukulokhu usitshela la. Ima ngingakasho ukuthi igoli ungasitshela ukuthi igoli. Ay, azosibhora la. Umoshela i-moment. All right. Let's see now. All right. Niben organized nina. Ngifuna uSayela azovuka ngathi not uSayele who's this guy? Usaleng azokora free kick against the Chiefs. Badlali bewina ama-awards ngathi. Mtaskis, I really like Ubafanas. Ubafanas, yeah, this is actually better because I'm watching the game over there. Yeah, Ufrosla, I like what he's doing right now. He's drifting to midfield as well. Moses is saying, without Dove, I'm afraid at the back there. Matt is covering ground. Frosler recovering. I like this. I like this thing, Yoguti. Oh, you see that thing. Who was talking about communication again? Thinking Guti just because there's Kune, the communication thing is solved. Right now, Ukuna just shouted to Ngezan Guti, leave the ball. Ngezan wal kahle. Ay, abadlali bethu. Dupree, there's space. Bafanas, 1v1. Well, it's more like 2v5. For Upu Frostler is way far behind. He's too far behind of Frostler. Frostler, this is what I was saying. That space concerns me. I know what it exposes you when you're going back, but that's why you have these midfielders who can cover ground for you. That's why you have Ustebe, leaving Ustebe behind there. Right? On one hand, Swallows staying up is good for the number of games that will be in Gauteng, but once again, I can't just say that because the Chiefs still took this game away from Gauteng. How? That's a very poor pass from Umdushe, I won't lie. We had a chance there. Couldn't take that ball. Nangungezana is available. Hit them. These ones are still panicking. We just scored a goal. And I think that is really soul crushing for a team that went ahead and then we come back and we score. Angumphoyise khala ngumntu usenzeni manje umntu ukorile. Ay uyazi umpho. Umpho is the devil's child ngadlala. Oh, Stebe just lost the ball. Oh, Nkosi yami. Phela abantu siyabazi. They will change the entire story if it ends up being a goal because of him. Bazothi hey kade sinitshela sithi uSithebe uyadlisa. Wait, what didn't do just do that? Did he trap the ball while he was falling? What exactly happened there? Yeah, he fell because he's checking himself. I think he slipped. But yeah, something happened. Umpo is already sending flames. It's already sending flames. Ah. Uyalwa yena umuntu bandla. He does fight. What's interesting with Umat is that he seems to be enjoying his time at Chiefs. Because whenever I see him, he's smiling nje. Like even Nomedlala in the games, he's smiling, can see he's happy. I don't want Maritzburg to get relegated as a shame. Looking at the log table, and it looks likely. I want Chipper to be relegated, genuinely. I'm sorry to people from the Eastern Cape, but Chipper, this thing of changing coaches every other week, they need to be relegated. Hands off my Maritzburg United. I like that team. Maybe attachment, it's my attachment to Maritzburg. It's not going to be good for Eastern Cape football because that means they won't have a team next season in the DStv Premiership, but maybe the owner will rethink his strategy and approach Frosler. How many people are in the box? And do take that ball back. Our marking is really bad. It's really bad. Obviously, Ustebe comes in and sweeps up, mops up, as he always does for these niggas. No, yeah, but if Arrows got relegated, I don't think I would care as much as I care if we're talking about what's this thing? If Arrows gets relegated, well, that's not gonna happen. But if they were to get relegated, I would be like, okay, Arrows. I don't care for Arrows, if I'm being honest. I really don't. I really, really don't care for Arrows. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I don't care for Arrows. But Maritzburg United, I think I care. I care about Maritzburg United because I lived in Maritzburg and oh my God. I let him learn angek. How? Another one. Aye, guys, Mara, no. Ubongansem, why is he taking off he's taking off his shirt? Like it's also just a stupid thing that he just did. Aye, guys. And his scores is spectacular too. Oh no, it's not a spectacular. It was just a header. And Ungobo wasn't marking him. But having said that, what Ubongani Sam just did is stupid. I know I shouldn't care about what Swallows players are doing, but it's the 33rd minute in this game, right? It's the 33rd minute in this game, and there's still like a long way to go, right? I'm not saying Chiefs is gonna come back and win, but I'm just saying, excuse me, it's too early for you to celebrate and take off your shirt. Like it's look at this. Ubongani Semu, he's playing as a left back, right? So if he's playing as a left back, that means he can just get targeted. He can get targeted by the Chiefs should they choose to, and force him into making errors. And he's already gotten a yellow card, an unnecessary one at that too. Liberty is saying, how did that guy just run past our players like that? Poor marking, that's what I was saying. With even impressing too, it's not inspiring or inspired at all. So we end up fouling. I don't even know. I can't even remember how that foul came about. Because what I saw, Ustebe was just covering. Yeah, I didn't understand. It's just poor. And then as you are saying, Lipa, you are poor defensively today. Joshua is saying, Bilo, are you still in denial that Umati Nkomo? I don't think we're Nkomo. Like, I will tell you now, I don't want him to start games for the Chiefs. But I don't think we're Nkomo. Like, I think he's really playing poor. But I don't think we're Nkomo. Yabo ukatsande inkomo. Ukatsande inkomo, but he performs well. So there are good players who can just perform really bad, but it doesn't necessarily say uyinkomo. Another player who doesn't look like Mnandi ebholeni is uKunika. Kunika doesn't look like Mnandi, but you start noticing that when he starts making mistakes, but when he's defending, you will notice ukuthi lo mchita lo, because uyambona umuntu odlala ibhola, the way they touch the ball, the way they move the ball, nje simple things. Ball control likutshela nje ukuthi umuntu uyinkomo noma akasiyo. Umat is not that player. He's just clumsy and out of form, extremely out of form. Ngoba ngiyathuka ibhola mali kuye. Don't think uyinkomo shem. Even if he can continue playing like this for the entire season, I swear I will not say uyinkomo. Engakusho ukuthi uyaboza. Yabona ke lokho ke cha uyaboza ukuboza shem. That's just a reality, uyaboza. But inkomo, unless we have different definitions, to me inkomo umuntu ongakwazi ukudlala ibhola. Usipose to okay umpho ngcobo wethu. Mandla saying set pieces is how Pirates will beat us Saturday. Because you can't tell me that in 5 days we'll solve all our defensive problems. Nope. Happening. Liberty saying Arrows is like that one mid-table team that's just there. Yeah, I mean, I really don't. I don't like Arrows. I don't hate them, especially now. I mean, I don't know why I care for him because so I'm happy to see him succeed. Like, because it's like someone that I knew. Like, oh, Mchita. That's the only attachment I have to Arrows. But I just want to see someone I know succeeding, but I don't care for Arrows. And then Maritzburg United, I'm attached to them because of Guta. I stayed in Maritzburg from 2015 until 2022, so that's a long time. And in fact, the first time I went to a stadium was to watch Game Swallows Nevets before Mati uyazama ukumdefenda aqhubeka adlise. So that's my attachment then to this whole thing. Royal AM talking about KZN teams while we watch the Chiefs play nonsense is a team that I don't mind seeing. I was upset with how they put status. Say Swallows. Due to load shedding at 4 p.m., we will not continue the stream. How's yakhala mntakama? Umuntu kuzomela aqale esinye istream ke futhi manje ngoba nalo muntu ostreamayo ku YouTube. Let's see. Usipose to is saying, I remember Sebe saying live on radio yesterday, for them as Chiefs players, it doesn't take much for them to forget and lose. As soon as it's Monday, they move on. How do you feel about that, Bill? The thing is, when I suppose it, how do I feel about that is professionally you want to move on as quickly as possible, because if you dwell on the fact that I lost a match, how yeah bro, how I still got it, how is that not a goal? It's a goal, bafethu. I thought that was a goal, genuinely. It's a goal. Hey, we'll say Vile lo amchita lo. It's that guy was on the line. I was beating Wakpel up. And that was going to be a really good goal for a defender, no less. So when I supposed to going back to your question, how do I feel about players saying it by Monday they forget about the loss? It's like, on one hand you want them to forget as quickly as possible, because we know ukuthi confidence yakho, if it's affected by the time you play the next game, then it's gonna be problematic. But at the same time, you don't want them to forget that they lost the last game, because it should be what's this thing? It should be pumping them the entire week. Uguti, we lost and we need to make it work. Like, we need to make it work. Because that's all that they say about that professional players, that they're told we have to move on, and they say, like, we can't wait to play the next game so that we can make things right. That's what I've heard from other players, like Abo Rashford. I hate using Man United as a reference because I just don't like that team. I hate them. Not even. So abadlali Chiefs bona, it seems like they forget and it doesn't affect them. Yabo forgetting about something and not being affected by it, those are two different things. Because how does the loss affect you? If the loss affects you in a way that you want to go and basically undo the damage that you make by losing, I'm all for that. But if you're just gonna forget and say, "I so game," that means you're not thinking about how much it hurt you the other time and why you don't wanna lose again. And that is why we see sometimes the Chiefs playing a poor game and then go to the next one and play it poorly. So for Chiefs, I would say this. This is my last point. Not a chance. Uguti, for Chiefs, it seems like forgetting shouldn't be an option, because what they do, even after a win, forget the games that we win. Just talk about lose. Just talk about the games that we do win. Uguti, we win a game unconvincingly, and then we show up the following weekend, we play the same way, which means we forget how we played and how terrible it was, and then we don't fix it. So in terms of Chiefs, it seems like the forgetting strategy is not the greatest of things. So yeah, I guess it doesn't make me feel so great now that I process it actually. Boy saying then Black Panther so yenzana usiyeke ngeBlack Panther ngoba ayikho nakubabikho kule game. Arnold is saying this crosses all the time, why can't we play nje? Angazi ngempela mina ukuthi IQ points mangakanani ebadlaleni bethu, because you would think for any logical person, you would think they see ukuthi we're kicking the ball way too much. Let's stop this nonsense and play ball. But I will say this, we're kicking it less than what we're doing against Cheap. We are kicking it, but at least today sidlala ball. Like right now, we've just been passing and moving the ball around and seeing players make moves and moving his swallows around. And then we make passes like that. Especially Lukala Ngomat. Lipat is saying, honestly, okay, let me see this move first. Frosler. Too easy for the keep. We honestly need a right-footed winger because we're now predictable in terms of when the ball is on the left. It's always a cross. We need that player that can cut in. We can do that with the players we have. No, we can't. Because I was thinking, what if we just... Oh my God. I was just thinking, what if you take Umdu to the right and then bring Skip Usail on the left, Umdu on the right, but then that would mean you play Utupre as a 10, which doesn't work, so no. And also it won't work if you bring Numashiane through the middle, so it still doesn't work because you need someone who's gonna work hard. Unless going wide is not going to work because we don't have players who can head. And the player who's there who would be central would be Dupree, and I've not seen Dupree score a header. And we missed. Unless crossing like that, like a team that can't play, this is a problem. Yeah, and there are things that you should have naturally learned, Mandla. And Mandla is saying the game needs some Gelozwane. Yeah, ne? Abfi saying today I'm sad. Caesar is saying Matt and those two players will play a good dab, said enough. A thought just came to my mind, yes. What if against Pirates, I'm spitballing here, since we suck so much defensively, what if we just play the Solomons on that side? Because he's up to speed and he can track back half time. What if we just play the Martian, not Martian, Solomons, and have him he can play as a left wing, I can play as a right wing. I think that maybe it could help because we want to be we want to be solid defensively more than anything against Pirates. So yeah, I'm just processing that thought in a moment. Wouldn't that work for Chiefs or to Chiefs' advantage if we played Solomons? Because at least if you bring in Solomons against him, if you bring in Solomons in that game, at least what you have is a defensively solid player, but who's also pacey, which means it's going to be helpful when you are playing a account. Food for thought. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's see. My comments. No. Supposed is saying it looks like we are a daily bread for Coach Mochail. And lower Coach Valley doesn't rate Uzwane. But if he beats him again, and should coach, uzobe say justified in disrespecting him because you can't lose to this coach twice. You just can't. You just cannot. Guys, please subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Next comment is Ulipati saying, do we even practice byline crosses because we just cross from anywhere, and when we do pass the ball around, there is not much we are doing with it. Mina, here's the Chiefs at this point, Inje. You look at them and you're like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, Honestly, like you are a source of pain to my life, and I don't need this. I really don't. Like, but it keeps on. They just keep on doing it. Let me read my comments and we got it's engaging. We have time. It doesn't seem like we do that, do we? Lipat is saying, okay, Umanda is saying Chiefs won't win this derby. I can say with so much confidence. Which derby are we talking about? This derby or the Saturday derby? Because the Saturday derby, if we end up losing, the chances of us winning are even better. If we lose this game today 4-1, I'm exaggerating a bit. But if we end up losing this game with a much bigger scoreline, then the chances of us winning the derby just increased because, well, Pirates will underestimate us even more, which could be beneficial if we do lose today. Usbongo Book is saying it's like they don't know what to do with the ball. They are not used to ball retention, which is weird, right? Because we've played cheaper, we've played Sekukune. We should have seen by now Uguti teams will let us have the ball. So why not practice that? Manda is saying now we wait for 70 minutes to see how Zwane responds. Samuel is saying Chiefs needs to sign. Blade, welcome. Usposed is saying I think we need Sekota because Mashiane is really not cutting in. No chances created. Let's bring Solomon on the right back and take out Shanti and move Frosler to left back. Ooh, Jehovah. If you take Frosler to left back, uzofika lale nakhona. Frosler phela uyalala, guys. It's one of those players who's really good, but vela lale. That's my worry. Like if you bring on, if you change Frosty position yakhe while he's not doing his natural position already, and you are taking him out of position, ang nefie mina shem. Ain't gonna lie to you, nginefie. Nginefie nje serious futhi. Mokone is saying why they don't increase pace and movement when they get to 18 area. They start to play after conceding, no dribbling, no movement, always crossing with one player in 18 area. Poor Atlantican head. Tell me about it. Like, kuning. Sibongo Buku is saying Young Zwane on for Matt, and at this point, Matt off as he can at least make defense splitting passes, and we need switches to the left and right and center. Have you noticed how they are just playing through Sibongo Buku? They are just playing Sibongo Buku. They are playing through the middle, like they've done it in their other goal. That's exactly what they did. They just cut through us. Defender, the pass was played, and then we're dead. Uzwane, since he seems like he's on the cautious side, I just see him fearing Uguti if he takes out Umati and we're struggling to maintain his into in the middle, then things might just get worse for him. So I just see him being scared. Moses is saying Matt is a coward. Is afraid to go straight to the box. Even when the space is open, they always go wide and it doesn't help them. Nangu Simpiwe Ntotsi Mnati Shabalala. Uti. I'm kidding. I know it's not him. They just don't know what to do with the ball at the final third. Bavele Batitis. Like, I agree. And then Samuel is saying Chiefs play very poor. I think it's time for management to sign more players. Our technical team needs to be reinforced. Zwane has got a lot of work to do. Aboma unabadlali who are playing like they don't want to play. It's really confusing, even the thing that I just said. But it's like they don't want to play. Like you can just tell umuntu wathemba into engekho. And then the other comment is Lipat saying Zwane is questionable in game management. I never see us change the way we play whenever things go wrong. We played like this since minute 1. We went down, leveled, and went down again. Same play. Yeah, about that thing. I mean, and I don't get it. Because some of these things, guys, I feel like they are common sense. That is why sometimes I feel like it's not even how poor the coach is. It's like, why is he not doing something that it's clear what he should be changing? So I think I would say this just comes down to stubbornness. Because it's clear, it's evident to everyone who's watching would know something needs to change in this game. But if he's not changing it, that means he's just stubborn, because there's no way that he doesn't see that we're playing poor. There's no way. There's no way. Umako is saying Chiefs losing this game, still playing with crossing. Exactly. Should be changing. Elvin is saying, hi everyone. Kodwa bafethu, we don't have midfielders lapha. Kula machita amabili. Noma kungathiwa ngiyawazonda, but honestly, Stebe and Matt by waste. Like they have the element of making the team click. Umathi mina I will agree with you Umathi. Stebe not so much. Umathi wazidlisa shame. Utumi is saying, I think it's good for Chiefs not to qualify for Africa. We are not ready to compete. We are not, but we need to go there and get whooped so that we can see how far off we are. Because right now we're thinking, oh no, we're just 1 point away from qualifying from Africa, as if we're gonna win. We need to go there, get humiliated, be a laughing stock, so that the management can see what the level that we're supposed to be competing at, we are not at that level. So I want us to go there. If we don't perform, get humiliated, and then come back with our tails between our legs. Usimba is saying, now I know what's going on. Unoman is saying the plan is there as A, but the B is not, simply because we're using ordinary player. But I think you can still have a plan B with the ordinary players that we have. Because you can bring on Usamgelo on the 60th minute. You give him enough time. Even now at halftime, Umat, rest him. Just take him out, because uzomdlalisa ngedabi in any case. Bring on Usamgelo right now. The game will change. If that doesn't work, bring on someone else. Like we have other players on the bench who can come on and change things. So I don't subscribe to the idea ukuthi abadlali bethu cannot do much. Well, they are not like elite. They are not Sundowns level. Well, Sundowns are elite, but they are good enough. Great, in fact. But yeah. Ooh, Blade is saying, if our players are skillful, why are we playing this helicopter thing? Please, our cars. Buy a sub. That's all I'm gonna say. Inkingi la. Football brains. Because they are capable. They just, it seems to me like they're scared. All of a sudden. Delay for the first time in the stream. Okay, it's back. Right. So my back hurts a lot. I need to do this. Okay, so Samuel is saying the team is so divided. They are so far apart. You'd swear they are not playing together. Mejan is saying, hey, I feel like Chiefs players are not entering the box in numbers because there are crosses, but they only find one player. Exactly. Why play crosses if you're not gonna have players running in? Elvis is saying, why should we like that with our team? Regards Derby, huh? Why should like that with our team, Pilo? Regards Derby. Please rephrase that question. I don't understand it, Elvin. Auman saying Sekukune really did a number on us. Now all teams sit deep and we can't take them down. Funny enough, before Sekukune, every other team thought they could just attack the Chiefs, and we exposed that. Sekukune changed their approach, they sat deep, and now everyone else sees which that's the best way of doing this. And we started watching the game again because the second half is resuming. Nope, that's not it. Uh, Tumi saying Matlo must be introduced for Mashiane. Swallows is defensive. I agree. We need some people who are going to help us play the ball rather than just this kicking and kicking. Mandla saying Zwane is showing many holes in his coaching. He hasn't made adjustments since Sekukune to counter teams playing deep. Exactly. DJ Motive is saying Olampilo Ngcobo has a lot of mistakes and he lacks aggression in today's games. He needs to get into the game or else Swallows will score more goals. Ilentole, I think it was Mandla who said this thing earlier on in the season. Uguti, the difference between Kweneka and Ngcobo is that Ngcobo, when he makes a mistake, you can see Uguti it's affecting him throughout the game. Unlike Kweneka, who stays in the game even if it's a seal, right? Because una experience and useke wadlisa many times before. Don't even know what that means, but yeah. But it's better in that regard. Meus Batle saying, guys, I always feel like Martin needs to start at the bench so that he could pull up his socks because now we know how capable he is. Exactly. Uzwane, I think the mistake that I will always blame Uzwane for is this one. Like Matt, I don't get it. Matt is playing, but he's playing pub the entire season, yet he still plays every other game. Umpho ikhulumela noMandla. uMandla sengijabule Ngcobo is not good enough for Kaizer Chiefs. There, he said it. After weeks of defending this one. Upra Fox is saying Gezana and Frosler keeps on plumbing the ball forward. Mats needs to buy boots with magnet because he can't control the ball. Lanty is told for nothing because he can't hit the ball to save his life. How's Yakal? Man, saying Mara, this crossing game can't be as one as plan A. Like it can't be. If Caleb was there, okay, but manje, who are we crossing for? Because no one can head the crosses. Now Swallows is too deep. Okay, let me change and put it this side because the game has started. Oh my god. Streaming. That's the problem with sitting so long. My back hurts like a lot. Yeah, the game is back. But it seems like all the streams that I'm trying now, they're screwing with me. Uyibuka phi igame manje siphosethu? uh 47th minute. Okay guys, my back ngawe esihlahleni ngimncane. I need to change my chair. This chair is still not comfortable enough. This chair is still not comfortable enough. I really got hurt. Yeah. Feels better. Okay, so that's cheers. Justice is saying Shabalala is not giving us nothing today. Give Matlo a chance to play footballs to Dupree. I said this ukuthi Mashiane nalama tackles akhe. I said this thing ukuthi okay over there. Ukuthi umuntu pressure of being a savior Chiefs is getting to him. Like expectation that is on him. It's getting to him like a lot. And now you can see Guti form has kind of dropped off. That's why we got even subbed in the other games. Spongoboko saying Stebe must come and get the ball from defenders to peel off the pressure and let the young Zwanen do make those intricate passes. Playing a diamond for Mina, that's a midfield 3 bench mat. Ipat is saying we're a very unbalanced team. We always play 2 left-footed wingers, which limits us. One is forced to play the cross, the other is forced to cut in. We need wingers who use different feet when we cut in or cross. Yeah, and we are predictable. Why is Sholen Tole coach? What we are predictable, and we are proving him right. Manle saying now we need ball players. Mashiane out even though he played well, but we don't need crosses now because Swallows is too deep. Elvin saying if our coach comes back with this style of being stubborn, we won't get anywhere. Through that. Imposing lol manje kwenzani. Oh, kulma no mandla. No man saying all of our front prefer second ball. No one is there to attack first ball. Exactly. Like no mntu oyedwa in the box. Cross corner. Did not cross the line, did it? Seemingly. Excuse me. South Pagaman is saying fans' favorite Ngobo is ball watching. And vele yazi njengamanje if there was any game to vindicate Uzwane and to prove why Uzwane is not selecting Ngobo, this is the game. Because Ngobo shame today he's not. We're not trying to scapegoat him, but he's not been great, shame. Matt needs to drive with the ball and limit players because it's too predictable. Ngathi bayasaba ukudlala la machid. Sanovo is saying frustrated, I'm driving. Sorry man. Ulalele radio ni ball. I don't think they are broadcasting. Are they broadcasting on radio? I'm funang be commentator. Boy saying focus. Moses saying Swallows, they just want nothing but to get the end and score, then sit at the back. Watch Chiefs Tatazela, and when they get the ball again, they do the same. Lady saying ushadile nje uzwane osajol. Elama comments enangiphazamisa. How that's a break. That should be a goal. Dupree is running wide. Sahile pass the ball. Pass the ball Sahile. Weshi. Ay suka. This is absolute nonsense and garbage. Why are you not passing? How the space that he's on, why the hell is he not passing him the ball? Ay suga. Guys. Ay suga. Yabo sayilo uyasibhedela ke lapha. How? Udupree mfethu is in ample space. Ay suga. How? Aha, just hit the post from the corner. On your side. Yes, yes, yes. What nonsense. What nonsense. Yes, sis. Yo, I'm seething. I'm mad, blood. Yes, sis. What the hell is that, Mashiane? Pastor. Now I'm getting really pissed. Simba saying, why does the coach sleeping on one player? Shobe saying, Pilo, it's clear this way what playing is instructed. Players are not allowed to play balls through the middle. They play the ball into a player on the side whilst there's a free player in the 18 area. Right now, my analytical side of the brain is just not working. I'm pissed. Do not cross the ball. He did. This idiot. Man, saying, okay, cool man, Moses is saying, oh, but why allowing Swallows to do that in front of you? Impose talking about the careless tackle. Kaizer is saying, Chiefs need more players and we don't have the players that can take opponents, and we're visiting Komuzama player. If you can see, that should be a goal. Once again, he chooses to shoot. Who's that? Is that Dupree? He chooses to shoot. Ayikho into ayincizisela ikhanda. Ayikho. Yazi ayikho. Ayikho into ayincizisela ikhanda. There's no reason why he's shaking his head. Why is he shaking his head? Why is he shaking his head? For the what? For what reason? What particular reason? Because he has options. 2 players, he can still continue driving with the ball. He chooses to shoot. Now Solomon's is coming on. Thank God we're making changes so early. For the first time in my life. We're getting much more joy. I don't know why Swallows think they can just play. Lona nje ufuna ukugijima nebhola. Yabona nje ufuna usayile manje nje is getting out of hand. He's just getting out of hand. He's being too comfortable. Abamkhiphe naye. Khipha yena, khipha uMashiane, bring something different. Khipha noMatt, khipha yonke team. Yes. But I know ukuthi there are only 5 subs, so don't say awulazi ibhola nemithetho. I know, I'm just angry. Cut me some slack. Justice is saying noma bengadliwa will win against Pirates. Selfishness, why didn't you pass? Played saying sefunda umkhuba wokuboza njengokick and no billiard. Selfishness usejwayele ile inkinga. Bayajwayela. Kune spirit se familiarity. Esibhedayo. They were saying ayisuka. Chiefs is really not taking us serious. Sahel is terribly selfish. Bayafana bonke laba. Yazi ngempela njengamanje I'm pissed. I am really pissed because if you have an opportunity to equalize, we do not need to draw this game. We want to win it. So score a goal so that we can equalize. I mean, so that we can score another goal, and then from there on score another goal and win. Yeah, he's taking out the players that I said he must take out. So, but still uDuba naye probably could, but uzokwenza naye uDuba lapho emandla. Oh great, this stream is ending again. What nonsense. Liberty saying at least Ngezana is trying. Moses, I've said to you, Mpilo, and you prayed for it not to happen. It will continue to happen. Selfishness. Uwelo. Udalile ngomlomo wakho Moses. Moses. That's your name. It's a biblical name. If you show something izokwenzeka man Moses, it's your fault. Yo guys, I'm so mad right now. You have no idea. Like I'm trying to hold it. How? So I'm fish and I don't blame him. They were saying, why all the crosses? Because we have never scored with a header even before. I soak. The last time we scored a header was against the Swallows, actually. Sekota played a cross and then Pimenyimana headed it. But there's no Pimenyimana lap. Sive is saying, why frontline players are selfish? Theorizing. Qhubeka lapha. Elvin is saying, this team is a joke, Mpila. Umona yababulala mfethu. It's the same thing Dupree used to do towards fellow strikers. Even the scored against Chip, a nice goal, but what if he didn't score? That's what we were saying before the game, Muti. There is no way that they can try and justify selfishness, yeah, but they do try. It wins. Mpose tshelelani ukuthi ngene igoli. Usimba uzwane Manda saying Zwane, please never bring Duba into the bench. You are killing the player. Because uhleli nje benchini akenzi lutho. Simba saying, why doesn't he take it one time? I don't think it's a goal. Umpo is messing with us. I don't believe it's a goal. Let's wait and see. Klobi is saying, we spoke of selfishness and winning as a team, but obsession with glory. Which games are we going to win if a player deliberately doesn't pass another in a clear goal scoring position? Exactly. Like bruh, it's this thing yokuthi akunagoli la vele unamangumpho. When I'm porn, what annoys me is that we have talked about this thing. We are fans, we can see this. Are you telling me ukuthi these guys cannot see that ukuthi they are being selfish? How do they not see that? And yet they do it every other single day. Every other single day. I soak. Man, let's say Mara, we've seen what everyone else can do except Dubai as a strike. Why not try him? The excuse that Zwana would use is that it's because he's trying to protect him, but he's not protecting Umtunje. Take Umtu out, bring on Usehot. Take Umat out, bring on not Usehot, Utub. Take Umat out, bring on Uzwan. This really pisses me off. It genuinely pisses me off. Lady saying what happened to Brendan. You've not been watching my video. Brendan is suspended because he got a yellow card against Chip. 4th yellow card. Nangusamukela in format. I don't know. There's a link, Joshua, somewhere in there. There's a link where Joshua somewhere. Kuma comments. If you can scroll up, you'll find the Facebook one and the other link. Moses is saying, how can others deal with this selfishness situation? Shout at them. Like give you punishment. These things, these players should start taking this serious. Uguti, if you are selfish, we miss a goal scoring opportunity. Siyak bench. Because phela wena udlalela iSahile FC or iDupri FC awudlalela iKaizer Chiefs. Because this is not taking responsibility. This is just selfishness. Sizwe saying kaneke kuzoba nomyalezo manje sekungena uSekhota. Oh, nomnyakazo okay manje. Sekungena uSekhota noSolomons. What worries me about those guys as well is just the only thing that worries me. Tango Samgel is that if end product yabadlali bethu yabheda kubo bonke nje. Should have made a triple sub uzwane at that time. Angazi ubengaboni into Cartel. Hayi guys. Manje uzwane naye ukuzama vele kumdefender yaphinde enze into kanje. But I will give him credit ukuthi he's made 3 subs before the 70th minute. Khopoto saying, yo, how are we losing to Swallows? Don't take that shot. Just pass the ball. Thank you. Pass the ball. Yazi when mawubuka Premier League bese ubuka PSL, it's like it's 2 different sports. I know the quality is like different, but it looks like 2 different sports, man. Joshua, as I said, the link is somewhere up there. Shanti back post. Oh. Why uhlande ufuna ukuyoshaya ikhona emude? Why uhlande uyoshaya ikhona emude engabe yohead? Ufuna ama short pass, ama short corner. Umude fethu Hlanti, we need your aerial. You cannot tell me bafethu ukuthi that's the coach's instruction. Why is Uhlanti? I know Guti is trying to get it quick, but you have more advantage with all your aerial players, with all your tall players in the box. Yeah, it is a penalty there because the hand is stretched out. It's a penalty there. He headed the ball and then the hand was up. Khopoto saying, I feel like Zwane has brought in enough young players in the team. And aside from 2, the other players haven't really given us much. Hence is keeping Duba out of the starting lineup. Panjela babadla abadala bayazidlisa. Late saying finally uzwane usengena ingcono dlalisa izingane mfethu simane sidliwe sithi inexperienced. Manje sidliswa abantu abadala ohlanti benza izinto hawu mntu awukodwa lo mfana wakazwane yini kunepass mfethu on faka ibhola ubhonsi lihambe ibhola lingale wide. There's a better chance. Khosi yami. Oho. Bulldozer lo aka Solomons. Solomons lo. Alvin is happy that coach supported Dumat, sub Dumat. Fate. Penalty left. Please subscribe to the channel. Defeated man. Aslona lo mnyaneko lokunyakaza. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to see Boniswa le team Buffett every week. Mandla saying all teams manage games by time wasting except Kaizer Chiefs when leading. Zane's inexperience is a problem for me. I missed it. It's a counter. It's 2v3. 2v3. Win the ball back, stab it, dunk. Assam. They committed 4 men forward. Come on, let's go. Push the ball. Don't be scared. Solomons, don't slow the ball down. Ukrosel ubani. Well, that wasn't a bad cross, but still, I feel like you could have gone much closer. Lady saying, "Ave ngcono kube our keeper is Bruce Velu semdala u-Itu. Temba is here coming in with a smile. Are we scoring? It's not a goal. Temba ukhopozela ukuthini ngoba scoranga nje nansi enye count. He's being tracked by really quick players. Ugh. He has the Chiefs buffet to get. Like they just don't want to stop. Ntu plays the ball over to pray. Don't force things. Don't force things. Wait for his support. Of course, he's gonna try and take a shot. Hayi cha ke yazi imhlola mfethu ngoba ukorileka against ichipper ke manje usuzohlezwe nokora ama long range shots. Yes, the keeper was poor and didn't save the ball, but there were alternatives, lab. We Khosi Jesu. Hey, you smiley lena unathemba uthi it's not a smile. This is a smile. This is a blushy face. In fact, inclining is I can comment. I will show you what inclining is. Uplay is saying the late good enough one said Chiefs is a woman and Pirate is a man. Hey, good enough. Why inaccurate? Because Sefun penalty usekhotha ngizombona. Mpo is saying Chiefs ifana ne-Chiefs elibandayo. Man, wesingayini thina. Awushaya icross esile nawe mntu aka Frost. Njabulo Ngcobo, just score a goal, redeem yourself. I were in the mud bafana ngeke. 17 minutes. Sizodlwa i-team threatened by relegation. Can you honestly tell me how that is acceptable? I hear this thing has not been charging all along. And there I was thinking this thing was charging all this time. Ngibangela isicefe le camera, shame, I won't lie to you. I just need a good webcam. All this nonsense. Elvin is saying, Kodwa bakithi, a counter led by Steve is a disaster to pre-yena, even dead lofana mina ngazi. Lona selfish lona. Selfish nje to pray too much. And manje, the worst thing is that he's scoring sometimes. And that's making him worse because it's making him think that, oh, but I score sometimes, so I'm justified in being selfish. Lady saying Fiso is defending for Swallows. Sees all team, he misses them. That's why no Lokunja Nonjabulong Ngobo made that blunder. One of these Swallows players must do something. Sekhota, that's just a bad pass. Like, yabona mangithi uSekhota struggles with football intelligence. I mean things like that. He makes a pass to Umdu who's marked by 3 players, and Diana he's passing the ball to that one. Understanding Ampel. Male saying selfish is so ugly in this team. A player is in space, Mara. You want to run at 3 arrows players. Umpo is saying Usekhota on the ball. Foko. Oh, Usekhota. Ngisathi ngisasho nje. Sas. You. Heritage is saying ngolampilo hey baba ngikho in the mood. As we've done streams and the Chiefs has played bad. But today it's not the kicking of the ball, because I won't lie, this game is better than Kaizer Chiefs. Today we've conceded 2 goals, and on top of that we are just selfish. Every time chance that we get, we're like, oh, let's be selfish. Oh, nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Yabo nje le stadium akumele siphinde sibuyele kulo. Uso never ever again. Udoti nje le stadium lesi, ayikho into esidlalayo la kule stadium lesi. Asuwini kule stadium lesi. iChiefs yadlala neGallants kule stadium. Remember earlier on in the season what happened? We lost. We drew njalo. We played against Arrows in the stadium. Oh no. Yeah, we lost again against Arrows. We played in the stadium, I think against Gallants again. Gallants, I forget, but the 2 or 3 games now in the stadiums that are just bad. Angisaz. Ukuthi abadlali beni mabefika wakushiya lokho umuntu awuchaka. Ngisathi ngiyamncoma usamkelo. Yazi nje umuntu ajike kahle nomuntu ajika ahluleke ukwenza into yokugcina. What's that? Kuvuzo Elvin. Hey. Asihlaba manje laba futhi. Are bra kuzolunga ayikho into ezolunga lana mfethu yazi. Hawu la manje azodliwa iswallows. Hayi guys ngeke. Hayi Chiefs ayikho serious straight. Ngeke. Hawu. Sizodliwa iswallows. Like iGallants senzani konje kuyo. Yasi. Hayibo man. I want to confirm something. No, konke ngifuna ukuyiconfirm. I think did we draw against Gallants? I'm trying to be sure. Sangikhohliwe, it's all fuzzy in my brain here. We drew neGallants. Belwe relegation. Sesizoshawa iswallows. Ngeke. They were saying Sekgotha on the ball is useless. And then people keep on asking why is Sekgotha not playing? Because he's in the mud. He's in the mud. Lady saying ngeke ba eDurban phela siwuthatha udoti. Oh shuka yazazuzu. Cross ball. Wanda saying no zenibone nonke ukuthi uzwana akazi lutho. But kahleni bavinala abadlali benza nje into engasile. Uzwane so address indaba yakhe naye singayi address yakhe. Bana labadlali nabo nje badlala nje udoti straight. Into nje engekho. Heritage is saying we can only win this game with set pieces. It's tough. Swallows playing a low block. Sports Edge is saying no football brains in our players, no tactical approach from the technical team. Utheo saying, I really love Chiefs Buffet, but if we can beat Pirates with this team, you're faint, reg. Yini le guys, yini labayenzayo lamajita yini lena yini. Ayisebenzi le nto abayenza bethu sibafishana abadlali bethu kodwa njalo nje ibhola nje eboxini njalo nje ayisuka. How. Elvin is saying, Weber Bempilo, use your stebe. What was that? You bro. If we inkomo nje akufihleka. But the thing is, Ustebe has been playing well. Today, his game has not been great, I won't lie. But this is like the first time in like 9 games where Ustebe has been bad. Kainsan is saying Mpilo yonke i-team yo unyanyile yo Chiefs izosibulala. Lady saying atazwana beno 30 minutes wonke to try and score. Kodwa dololo. Carpet footballs bakhathaza kusho played. No timing whatsoever. Hlubi saying told you Mpilo all balls are aimed for the sideline. No middle entrance at all. Fuck Duba kusela 6 minutes. Fuck Duba kusela 6 minutes. Uzokwenzani uDuba mfethu? 6 minutes. If it does score, I'll be happy. But mfethu yini ngani ubungayifaki sonke lesikhathi? Hayi nozwane naye man. Uqubile mfethu sonke lesikhathi ingane akayifaki. Phela makukuthi uyamprotector for me pressure ungamdlalisiki. Musu ukufaka ingane sekusela 6 minutes. Izokwenzani? Because there's literally 6 minutes remaining. Uref uzo add 3 minutes which means ingane izodlala 8 minutes. Izokwenzani 8 minutes? Hayi. Boys saying even ball boys are poor. Somebody saying don't break your back. Bangicika laba first. Bangicika. They annoy me like for real. Swallowsy. Guys, no. Unless saying Kun is finished, even his distribution is poor now. Elvin saying badlala ball boy ufikeleni just kicking balqo. Oh boy fikeleni balqosha. No rhythm all the time. Amahlakahlaka nje ledlalo ele team. 60 minutes not 30 minutes. I'll set up another stream. They're saying we've been doing this all season, long balls and crosses, and many teams just sit back. There's no plan. Temba is saying the issue for Chiefs not being able to score is serious. We've been attacking the whole, but akunatwa. So considering a goal mabenganakile. Alikhahlela futhi. How goal? Wakacha lento how? What can't you do about? What can't you do about? What can't you? Oh, wakeja lofana lona. Oh. Guys, ama-comments enase all over manje ngizofunda engiyibonayo cause maningi and manje ngizama ukufocus kule game. But commentani niphendulane cause my emotional stability angisekho right. Sengibuka game manje for the remainder of the games. Futhi mele ngabe ngishedulisha the other stream but I can't do it because ucrossela ukuthini kunodubu umfana ongake 18 kodwa ufuna ucross ibhola ubhuti wakahlanti. Hlanti ihambe 18 umude. Hlanti mude akahambe 18 ayohead. Buka icross izoshaya uHlanti kodwa mude. Scrossela balapha ungezana nongcobo kuphela. And then uthi kudlala umsuzo wecross. uDuba vele bazomcrucify vele, but akakudeserve because he did miss but come on, that was his first chance. Especially saying I'm losing my patience with Zwane and I'm getting tired of defending him. the last minute. Uyabo manje sense of urgency abadlala ngayo. Bebengadlali ngani kanje ku-0-0 score. Sizodliwa iswalozi. Hayi guys ngeke. Iswalozi. Hayi ngeke bafethu ngeke. Ofros labasakwazi ukusmile zidliwe. Ankore bafethu. Manje umuntu usemincela i-draw against iswalozi. Ungalikhahleli please, alikhahleli. Ungalikhahleli. It's a shot, it's saved. Right now, any long range shot, I don't think that works. I think what will work right now is a tap-in goal. Play the ball around them. Because lamanye amagoli, they are not make sure. That was an okay save, I guess. Heritage is saying this boy needs to practice a tiki-taka. It doesn't look like they practice. Especially saying today is my first time crying while watching the match. I even had to stop watching. I was getting fed up. I'm so pissed, bro. Like, I'm really pissed. Mphoyakela ukulokhu usithumelela imlilo lana because it's not a goal. Like I know I'm in line with the game. Akudlekela ukulokhu usendela imlilo ugejile uzwane. Awukho umlilo osendela wona Mpho ngempela. Yazi Mpho nawe nje, yazi nawe nje. Ay ngeke. Sihlula ukushaya iswalozi. Hayi guys. Sihlula ukushaya iswalozi. Kwenzakalani manje? Something is wrong with the player. Hey guys, something is seriously wrong, lab. What is happening? The stream has just stopped. It looks like there's a life and death situation in Manje came in. And they won't even show us. Which makes sense, but it looks like it's something serious. Okay, now I'm sad for the guy who's laying down lifeless. umuntu mase kunomuntu ofayo ngempela life, things are in perspective, but he looks like he's moving, so he's fine. Hawu sekungena ama-ambulance kodwa abantu basasmile kanti yini lengaka beyenzeka. Oh, it's Alan. What happened to him? Oh no. Especially saying, so what are we gonna do on Saturday? Martian and Sehota both giving us nothing. Dolo was definitely better on and off form. Manje ukuthi they are making us appreciate uDoli ngekani. So I think Vele, the person who must play that position is, I would go for coach. I think what the coach will do, he will just play Upimenyamana through the middle. It will be a stupidest thing that he will do, but I think he would see it as his best. Yawo nje lento ukuthi siyadla ababhizi basineka bona ne-opposition. There is a second ambulance. These incidents are becoming more of a thing in South African football though. I wonder what is this? Like, I don't know if it's me, but that thing has happened more and more. Is it a fair thing to say, Uguti? Lo mjida uye lo belandelwa ama-ambulance awu-2. Phela ngimbone seyiwokhela nje. Kanti yini lengaka kade nayo lo mjida lo? Sakuze kwangena ama-ambulance awu-2 guys kanti umjida he's walking out. Hayi. So ithini ngempela iPirates bafethu? Well, Pirates, they do have a potential of just. There are two ways with the Pirates. We can either beat them or by some fluke goal. Nangu Solomon zefuna ukuba hero. Umphoyiseng umlungu phela mpilo. Hawu kwaze kwangena ama-ambulance awu-2. At the end of the day umjida walked out. I understand life and death situations should be taken seriously. Umuntu angafeli egroundini. Oho, shaya! Wasave akupay noma lishaya ipali. Kwenzakaleni lapha? Usavile akupay. Akupay wayeseba uTibo Khothwa nje manje. Oh, that was an offside in any case. Yeah, it was an offside in any case. Is the live even still live? At this point, namang SARS. The game is over. Ngizonibona guys in 15 minutes for the post-match reaction. Like the video. Thank you for watching. Zwanuzo played well. Pissed. I'm pissed. For real. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Let me end the stream, man. Let me end the stream.